G'day guys, Josh here. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. So now we're going to go into in-depth on, for Season 1, a leveling guide for Tornado Druids specifically, of what you want to do and when to pick up certain aspects. Now this is assuming that you're using Raxx's leveling guide, which basically you go through your Onyx, Tower, Stronghold, log in, log outs kind of thing as well. If you haven't, seen Raxx's spreadsheet, it'll be definitely below for you guys to check out. Anyways, we're going to go on to the next section, to target how to start the Tornado Druid spec. Remember guys, make sure you're using Tio's Tornado Druid guide as well, the leveling guide, which will be in the comments below. This is what I'm using as well to level up my Druid. Make sure you allocate your skill points early as well. With the skill points you get from Renown, especially if you've done full exploring and everything like that, you should be able to get Tornado and a few other things early on. So basically you'll be blasting through these early dungeons and early events. Now to get into the game a bit here. So we're going to go through, the leveling guide in a nutshell for the first few levels. So this is going to be level guide 1. So basically you go to where the pin is at the moment. This is where the first event is going to be. Then you walk up your way to Menestad. So you basically want to go through this way to Menestad. And you want to get that waypoint. This waypoint's important earlier because you're going to be going to Coal Barracks, and Menestad's obviously the closest waypoint to it. Next up, you're going to go to this event here. This event you're going to do quickly. Then you're going to go to this event down here from number 2. So it's going to be like this. Then you're going to go to event right outside the dungeon down here. And then you're going to do Nostrava Deepwood. Okay? And that will get you the dungeon and the levels that you need to be level 9 basically as well. If you're not level 9, you can just simply redo the dungeon again. Or you can even go down to Derelict Lodge as well. But I just recommend just do Nostrava Deepwood twice. Now after you've done the Nostrava and you're level 9, you want to waypoint to Saragar. So Saragar, you just waypoint here. There should be an event right on this edge, I believe, around about here. Should be an event around about here. You do that event, then you rush up to down here where the Shrine of Lilith will be. There'll be another event around this area that you want to do. Next up, you want to get the Braisteg waypoint. This is pretty important on for later on, and also gives you a bit of extra renown as well. And then you run down here to do this event. If you've got any sellers or anything like that, try to avoid them as well. The seller RNG is very, very huge. So whether you get a good seller or a terrible seller. Next up, you want to go down to here as well. So this is number 8 on the map, as you can see. And it could be number 9 to here, to this event. And last but not least, you want to go here and then pick up this waypoint. And then basically go down here for number 11 for the event as well. Now, at the same time, at this point, you want to duck around and get, if you're a Tornado Druid, which is specifically for you guys, you want to go and pick up Edgemasters. So you want to go around here, pick up Edgemasters, then ride back to wherever you were. Alternatively as well, after 11, you can go pick up Tiramar, and then basically go down here as well to make sure you can get Edgemasters and just TP back to the waypoint and continue as you are. After that, after you get the Edgemasters by doing the dungeon once, you go up to here, get number 12, and then do Jalal's Vigil. If you've already got enough EXP to be 15, you can skip Jalal's Vigil. But if you're at 15, if you're below 15, then you need to go to it right away. And then at this point, you should be level 15. And you should head straight away to Dulra, as you're a Druid, do the Stronghold, complete everything, and basically get the waypoint. After this, you're going to go straight down south, obviously use the Kedbadu waypoint, and then we get down to our next part, which is basically looking for the dungeons. Now, in particular, the area you're going to go for is Onyx Watchtower down here. You're obviously going to do you're going to not complete the Stronghold. You're going to do everything in the Stronghold, but kill the boss, and then you log in, log out, as per the guide until you're 27. But at the same time, what you want to do here is get all the ones that you need. So as you can see in the guide as well by Tio, of what ones you want to go down here to Bloodsoaked Crag at the first point, to pick up this one, to pick up the first one. Then you want to go to Sealed Archives. So Bloodsoaked Crag picks up Shepherd's defensive aspect. Sealed Archives picks up the Mending Stone for Earthen Bulwark. Then you go to Champion's Demise to get the resource aspect of the Umbral, which is the Restore Primary Resource. And then last but not least, you go to Buried Halls up here. Then you go to the Hidden Overlook waypoint, and you port back up to Kedbaru and do the Onyx Watchtower farm over and over again. After you do those dungeons, you don't need to go back to anywhere else. Those are the 6 aspects that you do need currently. With the 3 best offensive aspects, you want to put those on your amulets and your rings. It's unlikely that you upgrade your amulets and your rings that often. The main thing is do not put any aspects onto your weapon. You'll be replacing that weapon very, very often. So don't do that currently at the moment. But overall, just make sure you get your dungeons done, get the aspects. This is really, really important for later on when you start doing the Capstone dungeon, so you've got the best of slot everything ready to go, and to absolutely just blow away these tier 3 Capstone dungeons and tier 4 Capstone dungeon as well. Now, at level 27, you want to stop farming Onyx Watchtower. You should have a good enough gear to go to the next one, which is back to Menestad. So you want to pick up Menestad and then farm the Coal Dragan Barracks Stronghold for a good 5 levels. And then after that, you're going to go to the next area, which is going to be Temple of Rot. Now, after you've done Coal Valar, what you want to do is you can use the Kent Bardu, or you can even use the Hidden Overlook. You know how I said earlier that you may want to collect the Hidden Overlook waypoint after you finish Buried Halls? Is because you can basically ride from here to the Temple of Rot, which is down here. So Temple of Rot is effectively going to be your new place until you hit level 45. So once you hit level 32, you want to go down to the Temple of Rot and constantly do this over and over and over again. Remember, the Stronghold mobs are going to always be 2+ your level. So if you've got like basically good gear at this point, you can just blast this area super, super easily. And basically do not complete it, do the log in, log out until you hit level 45. Then last but not least, you want to go back up to Onyx Watchtower at level 45, 47, and basically farm that area. The reason why you farm Onyx Watchtower is that Onyx Watchtower actually has higher drop rates. Even though the EXP is not that great, it has a higher drop rate compared to all other strongholds, which means you'll get a lot of rare items, a lot of new gear, much better than basically any other area, and it gets you ready for Capstone at level 47. So once you hit level 47, you basically go back to Kirshard. Capstone dungeon's in here. You know where it is. Complete the Capstone dungeon. Go back to the statue in Kirshard. Get to tier 3. And then basically what you want to do is you want to look at the map. Look for any grim favors, any dungeons you may want to do to get a essence sort of like that you may need in the future. Do that dungeon. Get the grim favors done. Generally the quicker ones, that can be the outdoor events as well. These pale pink ones. Or can be the darker pink ones as well. It really depends on, where it is and the clump of where it is as well. All you want to do is just get 10, use the waypoint to the Tree of Whispers, pick up the Grim Favors, pick up your first Nightmare Sigil, and then after that is just farm Nightmare Sigils to your heart's content until you hit 67. Once you hit 67, you go to the next Capstone dungeon, which is roughly about here in Champutar Ridge. Complete Capstone dungeon number 4, and then guess where you go? Back into the Nightmare Dungeons until you hit level 100. And also as well, if any Hell Tides are up while you're in tier 3 or tier 4, I highly recommend that you do them right away. But anyways guys, that's a quick guide of how to get your level up as a Tornado Druid. The only real changes is really in the early game, as you've noticed, like basically as soon as you get past level 50, like everything's the same. It's just the early game of what aspects you need to pick up as you're going along basically as well. You can also skip some aspects as well. If you're never since you're only going to use probably 3 aspects on your weapon, not on your weapons, on your armor and stuff like that, there are some aspects you can just skip entirely. Like you may want to skip the Mending Stone one if you want to as well. But I gotta say, probably want to get all 6 aspects anyway for later down the track when you're doing a Capstone dungeon, so everything has a legendary enchant on it as well. Also, as well, things to look out for as well is the Storm Chaser enchant as well. If you get Storm Chaser's Tornado Druid, it makes everything so much easier. And also, keep a lookout in the Seasonal Journey guide as well. If there's any aspects that you collect in a dungeon that comes from a Seasonal Journey, maybe you want to pick up on that as well, especially if it's Storm Chaser. Anyways, guys, have a good one. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little guide from using Raxx's guide overall to level up quickly and how to get your aspects quickly as well.